Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Tony, aka ThayesTheMotivator, and I am your host to this all-new episode of Wake Up Wednesday. I'd like to thank you all for joining the show. I'd like to thank you all for your retweets, your subscriptions, your comments, your views, man, for just sharing it with the world. And as I always say, man, you all continue to keep this show alive, and you all continue to keep me motivated and to keep on living this dream, man. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. So let's jump right into it like we always do. Today I want to talk to you all about something that I've modeled my life behind, something that I really purposely live by, and I wanted to inspire you all and to introduce you all to it, and hopefully you all can adopt this way of living for yourselves. Today I wanted to talk to you all about the power of the pass-by. The power of the pass-by. Okay, well, what is the power of the pass-by? The power of the pass-by is knowing the difference between the promise and the process. Now, too often we confuse the two. We confuse the promise with the process, because sometimes, and I'm going to put it real simple for you. Where you are right now, that current situation you face, that current thing that seems good, that current thing, that the current state that you are right now, I got to let you know it ain't the promise. I got to let you know that it's still a part of the process on your journey to the promise. See, too often, man, we'll get some great stuff and we'll get some great things and then we'll call it good. But when you are great as you are, and when you are great as you're about to become, good isn't good enough. As a matter of fact, when you are great like you are, good is actually an insult. Good is an insult. See, it's not okay for you to just settle for B's when you could be an A student. It's not okay for you to be an okay wife when you could be an extraordinary wife. It's not okay for you to settle for a one-night stand when you have the potential on the inside of you to be a husband. It's not okay for you to deal with, okay, I'm well today, but I'm down tomorrow. No, you have a will on the inside of you. You have the power and the greatness to be healed and satisfied in your body all the year round. See, it's not good enough to be okay. It's not good enough to just be good. It's not good enough to just be average. It's not good enough to just be mediocre. We got to starve mediocrity and we got to begin to feed the greatness that lies on the inside of us. Because so long we'll go through things and then we'll see things, okay, well, it's not that bad. And then because it's not that bad, we'll settle for it. And I'm telling you, we cannot settle because we're called to be something greater. We're called to do something greater. We're called to become something greater and to evolve into something much bigger than what we are right now. That current situation that you face right now, that seems like it's the end of the world, that seems like all hell is all as broken loose and I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. I'm going to always be in debt. I'm going to always be sick. My marriage is always going to suffer. I ain't going to never get married. Right there, that situation that you face right now that threatens you, that tells you we ain't leaving, we're not going nowhere, you're going to always be in this prison, you're going to always be in that state. I'll let you know even that thing too shall pass. I'm talking about the pass-by moment. I'm talking about the pass-by power. I'm talking about the pass-by revelation that you got to give to yourself. And you got to come to the revelation of right where I am right now, it don't matter. It don't matter where I am right now because I'm on the way to something greater. I'd rather pitch a tent, because that's the thing, and that's what I wanted to explain. Because we talked about it a little bit on the last Wake Up Wednesday. Sometimes we have to, what we do often is we build a house where we should pitch a tent. I got to break that down for you. What I mean by that is the current place that you are right now, pitch a tent. Don't build a house. Pitch a tent, because while you pitch a tent, it lets that situation know I'm not staying here long. Yeah, I might not have the money right now. I might be in poverty right now, but I'm not staying here long. I might be sick right now, but I'm not staying here long. My marriage may be suffering, but I'm not staying here long. I may be incarcerated in some areas, but I will not stay here long. So to let you know that I'm on my way passing by, that I'm on my way going something greater, and I'm just passing you up, I'm going to pitch a tent. I'm not going to build a house, because to build a house means I'm going to make my current resident in this situation. I'm going to make my current residence in this moment, but I will not let my current residence be in this down moment, in this poverty-stricken moment, in this mediocrity moment. I'm letting you know situation. I'm letting you know thing that faces me and say you ain't going nowhere, that I'm going to pitch a tent here to let you know I'm going to pass by it. And then once you get to the promise, when you pass, because it's a processing thing, and each stage that you get through in the process, you got to pitch a tent. Learn what you need to learn while you're on that stage, while you're on that level, while you're passing through. Pitch different tents there and learn what you need to learn, but keep on going as you get to the promise. And then when you get to the promise, then you can build your house. Once you get to the success, once you get to the degree, once you get that husband, once you become the wife you always wanted to be, once you become the teacher you're supposed to be, once you become the leader of your community that you're called to be, once you begin to do the very thing you were called to do, then now you can build a house. Now you can rest in that place. Now you can say, okay, I can settle in here because I've met my promise. I'm no longer walking through the process, but I'm in my promise moment. So this is what I'm saying. You got to know the difference. And what I mean by the pass by power, you got to know the difference between the promise and the process. Don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted up. Even that guy that you're dating that may seem good and may seem all that, he might not be the promise. He might just be the process. Same is true with that woman you might be dating. Yeah, she may be fine and she may be this and all that, but she just might be the pass by. She just might be the processing girl. She might not be the promise. You got to begin to examine everything that you face, everything that you go through. You got to look at it and question yourself, okay, now, does this line up with the promise that was given to me by God? Does this line up with the thing that I was trying to go and get? If she meets all the requirements but one, understand she ain't the promise. If this job meets all the requirements but one, understand that job is not the promise, but it's a pass-through thing. Don't ever get comfortable with good and allow it to pass on as great. You got to go because it's too much in you. It's too much greatness in you for you to settle for good. You can have great. And I come to let you know, pass by all the good and get to your greatness. Pass by all the stuff that seems good, and it might be good for somebody else, but it ain't good enough for you. So what I am saying to you in a nutshell is continue to pass on by good opportunities. Continue to pass on by those things that tear you down and make you feel like I ain't gonna get out of it. Understand, you coming out. The place that you in right now, you are coming out of it because it's too much greatness in you. You got resurrecting power given to you by God to come out of that situation you're in. You got too much power in you for you to stay in that bad moment. So I'm letting you know your situation and your circumstance may yell to you. You ain't never coming out. You ain't never getting out of debt. You ain't never getting out of sickness. It may yell to you until you're not never getting out. But I'm coming to let you know because of the greatness that is in you. It's too much creativity in you for you to stay where you are. You coming out. So I come to let you know you in a pass by moment. You got to understand your pass by power. And when you understand the pass by power, you understand that I'm in the middle of a process and I ain't met the promise yet. So in my process, I'm going to keep on going, keep on growing, keep on learning everything I need to learn, and I'm going to get to the promise. So what I am saying is do not ever settle through the process. Keep on going through the process and get to the promise. So I tell you, man, when you begin to wake up, you can see your dreams begin to come true. Wake up.